Fine. So then, good evening, everyone. Hope that you all are fine and the things are going well. Uh, right. So then, now we are at our IP addressing part. I expect that to finish the IP addressing part today by doing the 2021 question. So that's quite new. Somehow regarding the paper discussions, I think we have to do 2020 A-level paper, is it? So we did 2019 on the last class, then have to go for 20 onwards. Am I correct? Right. So in 2020 question, again I said you to do this at home. Hope that you have done this. Right. Then I'll just read it. Then I don't want to give you time here. Quickly I'll continue that since you all completed that. Right. It says that the PQR company has three departments, namely finance, marketing, HR. 3. At present, all the activities of the PQR company are conducted manually. The company decides to computerize all their activities by establishing IT unit with computer lab for staff training. Resources will be allocated for each department like this. Now, earlier there were 3 departments. Now, with the introduction of IT, there are 4 departments now. Right. So now they have said that among these departments, how many devices are required. For the finance, 28 computers are there with 1 network printer. Then 40, 1 network. 50, just normal printer. 35, another normal printer. Right. And there are servers running in each area, AIS, HRIS, LMS, MIS. So then these are the devices to be assigned into the network. Right. Now there we have another new word, network printer and the normal printer. So what is this network printer? So network printer means it's also doing the printing when you insert blank paper, but this network printer is directly connected into a switch, into a network through the UTP cables, unshielded twisted pair cables. So that once it is connected, this network printer has to be assigned with a unique IP address. So then that's what the network printer is. So network printer is acting as another computer in the network. So whenever a computer is connected, it has to be assigned an IP address. This is not the situation behind the network printer, which is also going to be act like another host in the network. If you go for an ordinary printer, here we have the network, here we have the computer. I'll use the same earlier drawing, that's quite fair. Then into a computer, the corresponding normal printer is connected. So then that's through a USB cable most of the time. So then that's the difference. Whenever you go for the normal printer, no IP addresses are assigned into the printer. But if it is a network printer has to be with an IP address. That's a difference. Right, shall we write with the star in? This is switch name. We like a network printer is directly connected. A network printer is directly connected into a network within a switch. Into a network or switch through a twisted pair cable. So that it is assigned with So that is assigned with an IP address. It is assigned with an IP address. Next point. The ordinary printers are connected. The ordinary printers are connected directly to a computer using the USB cable right, full stop. So then, at that time we don't talk about any of the IP addresses or UTP cables in it. Right. Fine. Then we go to the next part. That's about the network printer, right? So that whenever it comes, yes, people who joined recently, we are doing the 2020 question, which I asked you to do them at home. Right. In that question, we have this network printer. I said that it's another device connected to the network. So this is making another host. So in this first network, that means finance department, there are altogether 29 then, right? With this 29 IP address has to be there. Also, there's a server called as accounting server. Then with that, we can say that we need to have 30 altogether. 28, 21, one more another IP address, and for this one another IP address has to be there. Right. Now that's the idea behind this. Then it says that the company proposed the following: LAN for each department and the IT unit in order to share the specific software resources. So every department has to have a LAN. It is said that sub-networks has to be there. LAN in each department can be interconnected via IT. So then from that point you may feel that so all these sub-networks are connected through the IT department. That's what the connectivity is. All compressors are given efficient interconnectivity with DNS and proxy. That's okay for us. Internet service provider is supplied to the connection to the IT unit. The entire network to be protected through a firewall. Right. Then I ask which network topology is this suitable. Right. So whenever you hear this, you can just get an idea. This network is going to be now for that network print. If you want this drawing, you can take it. Right. So then, according to their point, they say that the subnets available, this subnet, all are connected to the IT subnet. So that that's the one main thing. And IT is the one where it is connected to the ISP or to the internet. So then we need to have a router, and they say that there's a firewall. And these are other branches. And each and every branch has to have a network printer, even whatever that SIS, LMS likewise. So then this is the general arrangement to be done. Right. Now they ask, part A, which network topology is most suitable to satisfy the above mentioned requirements. What is the suitable topology? Whenever we go for each subnet will maintain star topology. Those stars are connected to this one. So what is the topology? That's going to be the tree topology. So then here we have the main one, and that's connected to this switch, this connected to this switch, this switch. These are switches. This is the IT switch, these are the other switches. Then they are connecting together, having their own own computer. So this is how it goes for the tree topology. You understand why it is, right? All of them are connected to the IT department. So then IT is the root, parent, others are going to be the child. And IT will take you to the internet as well. And so the answer is it's going to be tree topology. Right. So just to write 3 is enough, but for you to get a better idea, you can just take a drawing like this, which clearly mentions how or why do we mention it as 3. This is the IT service which is connected to the other subnetwork. And the other one. Right. So then this is going to be the 3 topology. So take that drawing, why we go for 3. Mention the Kevin, give one reason to justify your answer. Then you have write the reason even. Right. Then I'm excuse, right? Then you will draw this sort of a drawing. And what are the departments available? HR, then finance, as well as marketing. Then the reason is going to be all the subnetworks are connected to the IT subnet, which forms the tree arrangement.
සර් ඒකට රීසන් එක හැටියට මේ කම්පියුටර්ස් ගොඩක් තියෙනවා කනෙක්ට් කරන්න කියලා ගන්න පුළුවන්ද?
ඉතින් අයියර මෙෂ් වලින් කනෙක්ට් කරන්නේ නැත්තේ. කම්පියුටර් ගොඩාක් කනෙක්ට් කරනවනේ. එහෙම බෑ. ටොපොලොජි එක නම් අපේ arrangement එක layout එක කියන්න ඕන. එතකොට මෙතෙන්දි මේක වෙනම ස්ථා එකක් වෙනම ස්ථා එකක් වෙනම ස්ථා එකක් මේක මුළු ස්ථා එකක්. මේ ස්ථාස් ටික කනෙක්ට් කරනවා එකම root එකකට. එකම parent කෙනෙකුට. ඒකයි අතන point එක. ඔන්න මේක තවත් explain කරලා හැකි all these subnets are connected to the IT subnet. It can have parent, right? Which forms a arrangement. තවත් ඕනනම් කියනවා අපේ this has parent to child connection. That's why this is going to be tripod, right? අරක උත්තරයක් නෙමෙයි. So I wrote it that we have to connect separate networks through switches to for the reason. We have to connect separate networks through switches. But it doesn't say that how the arrangement is, right? Separate networks are connected through switches. Will not talk about the arrangement. Therefore, that's also not good answer. Somehow you have that all are connected to the main thing. Therefore, fine. Alright. Okay, then part B, the network admission has received as the IP block for the company. The IP address nodes are to be allocated after making 4 subnets. This address block for each department. The following incomplete table shows the subnetting. Write down the missing IP addresses for each department using the following format. Then you need to do the subnetting for each and every subnet. So they have given the subnet or the IP address 192.168.14.0/24. Is this class full or class less than? Class less than, and it has 24 network bits available. Right. Now, how do I continue the subnetting? So we have to understand the requirement. The main requirement is it has to have 4 subnetworks. So I can start from there. We can say that the network needs 4 subnetworks. And the equation is number of subnetworks equals 2 to the power m, that's going to be 4. Therefore, m has to be exactly 2. So what is that? M, they are the subnet bits. Therefore, need 2 subnet bits. Right. Now, the current subnet mask is that has 24 network bits. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. People might have registered now itself. Why wrong? No. Right. Then 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 24 is gone. Then the last octet is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the subnet masks. So that in decimal is going to be 255, 255, 2550. That's a decimal value. Alright. Now with the 2 new subnet bits, I want to change 2 host bits into subnets. Right? Then we can say that the new subnet mask. So I will write this in decimal. It's going to be 255, 255, and then maintain 1, 2 extra 1. They are representing the subnet and having 6 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is going to give you 192 as the decimal value. Right. Now to fill this table, we need network ID, broadcast, subnet mask, and the usable IP range. So we have to calculate the IP range for the subnet. Then I can select subnetwork 1. Then start IP is 192.168.14. Then the last octet, the subnet bits are going to be set as 0. First one is 00. And since it is going to be the first, make all the first bits into zeros except the last bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. Then the last IP is going to be 192.168.14. Then 00. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 63, and this is going to be 62. That's for the first subnet. Then I'm going for the subnet 2. So you know how to contain this. You might have done this as well. They are the start IPs, same network part, and subnet bits are going to be changed. Earlier subnet bits are going to be 0, 0. Now subnet bits are going to be 0, 1. It's going to be 0, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1. It goes as 65. Then for the last IP, 192.168.14, then goes like 0, 1. Now the host bits are going to be 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0. This is going to be 128, 127, 126. Now we can continue to the pattern to fill that table. So the difference between the first and the last is 62 minus 1 is going to be 61. And last and then the first one is going to be the difference as 3. Ne? So with that I can continue to the rest. Subnet 1 දීලා තියෙන එක අතර මේක හදන්න ඕනෙත් නැහැ. But I just made it to maintain the pattern. Otherwise we don't know from where it came. Right? Right. Hope that you completed your note up to this. Shall I erase the first part? Shall I? So a calculation පෙන්වන්න ඕනද? ඔව්. නිකන් table එක විතර fill කරා කියලා හරියන්නේ නැහැ පුතේ. Calculation එක තියෙනවා. එතකොට regarding the table what we need is we have to have the department. ඊට පස්සේ තියෙනවා network ID broadcast ID. Network ID broadcast ඊට පස්සේ subnet mask as well as the IP range. Right. Now first is going to be finance. They have given the things. There the IP range is going to be from 1. So like that in decimal 192.168.14 dot. Starting is going to be 1 to 62. I will write that last part only. Otherwise I write lot. Then the subnet mask remains the same all the time. 255.255.255.192. Sorry. Now they have asked us the broadcast. Broadcast is one more than the last address. Last is 62. Then goes like 192.168.14. 62 is the last. Then it's going to be 63. Sorry. And the network address is going to be 0. 192.168.14.0. Why it is 1 less than the starting IP. Okay. Then we go to the second subnetwork. The other IP range we calculated that 192.168.14.65 to 126. Then the broadcast address is going to be 127. 192.168.14. Broadcast is one more than the highest. 127. And network address is one less than that. So 65 now 64. It's going to be 64. Right. Next is going to be 3 added to this. 192.168.14. 3 adding to this will be 129. Right. And then the difference is 61. When you add 61 into this, what's the answer? 0.919. Right? To 190. Nothing. Then the subnet mask remains the same, and the broadcast is one more than 192.168.14. 191. And the network is going to be 128. One less than this. And the other parts are the same. 192.168.14. Right. Then last is going to be 192.168.14. Adding 3 into this, 193 to Then you have to add 61 to this. Going to be 45254. Right. Then the subnet mask remains same. So broadcast address is going to be one more than that. Going to be 255. This is going to be 192. And the same part remains. Right. So this is what the table, what we expect, what we need. Hope that you are clear. Fine. Right. What do they ask next? Showing clearly the connection topology and devices, draw the logical arrangement of the company network that the network architect can implement to fulfill the company's requirement. Assume that additional IP addresses can be obtained. Okay. Now they have told how our network should be. So 4 departments are connected to the IT department. Then in it, this is the IT department. And for every department, there should be a network printer, right? This is a printer. No, network printer is there for other than the IT, right? IT has a normal printer. So into this, there's a printer connected. And here we have to label this as network printer, right? Not just printer. Okay. Even here we need to have a network printer. Also, we need to have another network printer connected here. They are the drawings. And all of them are connected to IT department. Right. And they say that there's a DNS as well as a proxy server. So then this is the place where we connect into the internet. So once the internet connection is considered, that's given through a router. Also, there should be a firewall. They said that there's a firewall. And into this, there are 2 special servers, DNS as well as proxy. And ISP to supply the interconnection and the entire network will be protected through firewall. Right. Then they said some other servers here, right? In the finance department, AIS is there. If I label this as finance, here we have a server called as AIS. This is server. And again for HR, HRIS. Let me call this as HR department. And for the IT unit, we have LMS. And for the other marketing unit, we have MIS. Now my network drawing is completed. Is it? It says proxy server not one. Hmm? All the computers are given efficient interconnectivity with the help of DNS and proxy servers. Proxy servers is plural. So don't care. Normally in a network we don't maintain multiple proxy servers. It won't happen. Additional IP addresses are obtained. So you can get it simply other than this. Then for the routers, for the firewalls, we can get IP addresses. We don't need to assign IPs. Just the logical arrangement has to be represented. Therefore, no matter. Right. Right. Then part D, network administrator decides to dynamically manage the IP addresses of the entire network. Write down the mechanism that needs to be implemented in the to achieve this task. Now, administrator wants to assign IP addresses dynamically. Then what is that point? That means IP addresses have to be assigned automatically. Then we need to have a DHCP server. If it is a case, where will the DHCP server be connected? Should I connect them into the IT department or any other subnetwork? So IT is the one where we connect to the external world. But IP address requirement is there for all the internal devices. Ehena, we can place that DHCP server somewhere in an internal subnetwork which can assign the IP addresses to all the local devices. Even if you place that in the IT department, no matter. But IT department has more work to manage interconnection, DNS, proxy server. Then it's worth if you assign a DHCP into another subnetwork, since those subnetworks are having less jobs than the IT department work. Correct. So that's about 2020 writing question.
සර් ඉතින් ක්ෂන් එකේ DHCP එක මේ arrangement එකට දාන්න කියලා නෑනේ සර්.
දාන්න කියලා නැද්ද? Write down the mechanism. ලියන්න විතරයි තියෙන්නේ. Needs to be implemented in the network. Right. Sorry. හරි. එහෙනම් මේක ලියන්න තියෙන්නේ. මොකද කරන්න තියෙන්නේ? What you write the answer? Connect a configured DHCP server into one of the subnetworks. Connect the configured DHCP server into one of the subnetworks. So by that time, even if you plug that into IT department, okay. But recommendation is other than IT department, try to plug that into somewhere else. Right. So likewise, whenever the doubts are there, whenever I do mistakes, inform me. That's good. I really welcome those. Right. Then 2021, the latest paper. Parity check is a simple technique. So we didn't do parity yet. We'll do it. Therefore, I'll skip that parity part for the moment. Then read this part B. What is it telling? The ABC company has two main divisions, namely production, marketing. Under the production, there are three units, namely stores, supply. Right. Now this is that the company has two main divisions. This is a company. They have two divisions available, production and marketing. Under the production division, there are three units, namely store, supplies. Under the production, there are three. Stores. Under the production, there are three stores, supplies, and operations. Right. Having 10, 12, and 18 computers. This has 10, 12, and 18 computers. Right. Respectively. Marketing division has 40 computers. This marketing has 40 computers. ABC company has been given this IP block. Now this IP block is not with 24, it has 25. So it comes like 192.174.19.0 / 25. That IP block has been given. All the computers of ABC company are to be assigned IP addresses. All the computers of the ABC company are to be assigned IP addresses after making the subnet from this address, after making the subnet from the address block. Okay. The following incomplete table shows the subnetting. Copy and copy it and fill the empty entries. Right. Now, according to the marking scheme, so can we keep the entire 0 to not do the list of the series? Okay, we'll do this part, right? Now, here what it says is the IP address given is this, and we need to arrange our company network like this. That's the point. So we need to have two main sections: production, marketing, and entire marketing means 40. While these are going to have then altogether how many subnetworks are there? 4. Marketing, stores, supply, and operations. Correct. So then here we have marketing department. Another part is production. Under the production there are 3 subnets. Then this is the network, so we need to subnet that. So if I go for this, what is subnet mask? That goes as 255, then 255, 255, then altogether 24 with this 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So in decimal it's going to be 1 to 8. Right. This has to be subnetted to arrange this. Now how many subnetworks to be created? We need to have 4 subnetworks. If I want to have 4 subnetworks, then I am in trouble. Why? Number of subnetworks equals to the power m, that's given as 4. Therefore, m is going to be 2. Then what is new subnet mask? New subnet mask comes like 255, 255, 2551, and then onwards we are going to have another 2 subnet bits. This is a given network and we have 25 then, right? Okay. Then 1 and 2. Now the others are going to be 0. There are 5 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in decimal is going to be 240. Okay. If it is the case, what about the, now we have 5 zeros now, after subnetting 5 host bits. In that point, if I go to the number of number of hosts per subnetwork, that's going to be 2 to the power n minus 2. So here we know what n here is, the number of host bits going to be 5. Then 2 to the power 5 minus 2 gives you 32 minus 2, 30. This is the number of hosts to be assigned into each subnet. Is this 30 hosts enough to enough for the source department? Yes. Supplies, we need 12, but it has 30. Then for operations, we need 18, it has 30. No problem. But for the marketing, we need 40, but this is going to give you 30. Did you understand the doubt or problem at this moment? So I did the subnetting. Since we need 4 subnetworks, I just start my subnetting in this manner. Okay. Then there I found that I need to have 2 subnetwork bits. When I maintain the subnet mask, now there are only 5 host bits. Why all 3 are going to be the network part, 1 network, other 2 are subnetwork. Then whenever we have 5 hosts, the maximum number of hosts we can use is 2 to the power 5 minus 2, 30. So then this problem has a certain doubt why when we do the subnetting, we can't match the required amount of computers, especially in the marketing department. Do you understand the doubt? Everyone? The problem we have? Yes or no? තේරුණාද? අයිත් මං කියන්නද? දැන් මේගොල්ලෝගේ කතාවේ හැටියට මේ ඩිපාර්ට්මන්ට් 3 තියෙනවා ප්‍රොඩක්ෂන් එකේදී. ඒක ඩිපාර්ට්මන්ට් තියෙන 3යි. ඒවට 10යි 12යි 18යි ඕන. තව ඩිපාර්ට්මන්ට් එකක් තියෙනවා මාකටිං කියලා. ඒකේ සබ් නැහැ. ඒකට කෙලින්ම 40ක් ඕන. දැන් මොනවා කරත් සබ් නෙට්වර්ක් 4ක් ඕන හන්ද මම මේ ඉක්වේෂන් එක කරනවා. number of sub networks to the power 8. ඒක 4යි නම් m කියන්නේ 2යි. m 2යි කියලා කියන්නේ we need 2 subnet bits. දැනට තියෙන්නේ මෙයා තමයි network. Now from that point onwards, we need to create 2 subnet bits. Then altogether 3 1. Then we have to have only 5 hosts. With that, if I try whether this is fulfilling the number of hosts, the number of hosts per network is to the power n minus 2. So here we know what n value is. Number of host bits is going to be 5. Then it gives you maximum 30 hosts per subnetwork. එහෙනම් එක subnetwork එකකට මෙහෙම ගියොත් 30යි මැටිපුරම ගහන්න පුළුවන්. ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියෙනවා මෙයාට ඕන 40ක් 40 ගහ ගන්න බෑ. අනිත් අය නම් හරි. දැන් කොහොමද ඔක solve කරගන්නේ? ඒකට තමයි අපි යන ඊළඟ theory එක VLSM. Variable length subnet masking. Here we have the word variable, that means changing. And it is VLSM. Fixed length subnet masking. Now, up to now we were doing this VLSM. Why? Whenever you decide a subnet mask, that will be valid for all the subnets. Under VLSM, variable length subnet masking. So one subnetwork uses this subnet mask, other subnetwork may use some other subnet mask. Next one is using totally different subnet mask. Sorry. subnet mask 108 124 කොහොමද? අයි මෙයා network with 25 කියලා දීලා තියෙනවා. network with කියන 1 තියෙනවා 25. binary range එකම. ඒතර 8යි 16යි 24යි මෙයාට 25. ඔන්න 124යි කියන්නේ. එතනින් අර තමයි subnet කරන්නේ to maintain 4 subnetworks as they have. But when you made it, the next doubt is with these 3 hosts can't accommodate the 40 hosts. Then what? That's why we have to go for this variable length subnet masking. That is to say that one of the subnet mask, subnet 1 subnet, will use this VLSM method and create the IP range to match with that person. Right. Then variable length subnet masking. So IP address need to be matched with the person. Right. And then here we have another one called as subnet 2. Still we can use VLSM to get the IP range. Right. But when you compare the previous works we did, the previous 2 tables we had, they are the subnet mask remains fixed. That's why we call them as fixed length subnet masking. Variable length means the subnet mask is changing from subnet to the subnet. At this subnet, it has a certain IP address. Whenever it goes to the subnet, it has another different value. Then this idea behind FLM and VLSM. So VLSM means variable length subnet masking. After the calculation, the subnet mask changes from situation to situation. Like the next subtopic, VLSM, variable length subnet masking. Next one, FLSM, fixed length subnet masking. Take those 2 topics together. Another slide. VLSM versus FLSM. Another slide. Up to now, the subnetting was continued. This is very important part, right? Up to now, the subnetting was continued. Up to now, the subnetting was continued. By adding extra subnet bits, to the host bits, Next point. Once the subnetting is completed, all the subnets, all the subnetworks are maintaining the same subnet mask, so that similar number of host bits, subnet bits are maintained as the same. Are maintained as the same. Are maintained as the same. Next point, VLSM is a method. VLSM is a method to continue subnetting but each subnetwork has its own subnet mask, so that the number of hosts discuss the number of hosts different number of hosts in each subnetwork. Different number of hosts in each subnetwork. Different number of hosts in each subnetwork. හරිනේ. දැන් අදහසක් තේරෙනවනේ. Fixed length subnetting කියන්නේ ordinary way based on the number of subnetworks, based on the number of hosts in each network, we come to a certain subnet mask that is common. So in this case, this is FLSM, fixed length thing. Once I delete this subnet mask all. But VLSM is changing the number of hosts or the subnet mask from one subnet to the other. We'll see how it is going to be. Now, in this case, you identify that there's a failure. If I use FLSM, now I can't accommodate 40 computers for the marketing department. Right? We'll just take this answer even 2021 A-level paper. So this is the answer directly, but combined with the note to make the answer. Right? Especially take this. So this drawing as it is company, production, source 10, supply 12, operations 18, and marketing is going to have 40. Okay. And then I will come to this level until you do the subnetting. And after that, we'll have this line as well. Right. Copy that part. Copied it. Hi. So you may come across this, and this. Done. One set done. Hi. Can you write? Right. If FLSM, if fixed length subnet mask, if FLSM is used, if FLSM is used for the above network, the new subnet mask comes as 240. So that it maintains only 5 host bits. So it maintains only 5 host bits. It maintains only 5 host bits. Next point, the maximum number of hosts per subnetwork, is 30 within bracket side 2 to the power 5 minus 2 is 30 to the power 5 minus 2, which is not enough to accommodate 40 computers available at 40 computers available at 40 computers available at the marketing department. At the marketing department. So that VLSM, variable length subnet masking, so that VLSM has to be used. So that VLSM has to be used. Right. Now you understand what the point here is. Now in this case, I'll go back to the question in this way. Now the given subnet mask is 25. Right? Then I think everyone will listen to it. This is a very important part, right? This introduced into the last year paper. This may continue up to your time, even from your time onwards. VLS. Then the given subnet mask is 255, 255, 255, 1 and 70. Say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Simply it's going to be 1 to 18 decimal. Now this has to be subnetted to maintain this requirement. Right. When you are doing so, we'll continue like this. First rule here is we have to continue our subnetting in VLSM. We have to do the subnetting based on the number of host consideration. Earlier in VLSM, we were not cared about host or subnet. Whatever thing we use it to the power n minus 2 hari to the power m hari. But now we have to continue that with number of hosts. Even after identifying the number of hosts, we have to do this subnetting from the largest number of hosts to the least number of hosts. So in this case, largest is there in marketing, that has 40. Next largest is of operations, that's of 18. Next is of supplies, 12. And then the next one is stores, going to be 10. So we have to continue our subnetting activities based on the number of hosts by arranging them into the descending order. Okay. Now, first we will do the subnetting considering about 40 hosts. So then I don't care about the number of subnets. Now I am going to do the subnetting for this given subnet mask to manage 40 hosts. I don't consider nothing. I don't consider anything here. Right? So then first I am going to go for the subnet 1, that is marketing with 40 hosts. Then I want to find to accommodate 40 hosts, how many zeros to be maintained and how many host bits, how many subnet bits are there. Then I am going to use the equation number of hosts equals to the power n minus 2. So the number of hosts required is 40 to the power n minus 2. To maintain this as 40, we want to make n as what? 5 non 32. Then n has to be 6 next. Then if n is going to be 6, this is going to be 2 to the power 6 minus 2, 64, 62. If I make n as 6, it gives me 62 hosts. That's fine. So what is this n? Subnet bits, host bits, net bits. What is n? 2 to the power n minus 2. What is that n then? Host bits, network bits, subnet bits. Host bits then, right? Then therefore we can say that therefore need to maintain 6 host bits. So then in that order we can go for the new subnet mask. That's going to be 255, 255, 2551. So I want to maintain 6 host bits, 6 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then I want to make only one subnet bit at the moment. And others are going to be 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In decimal, it's going to be 192. So this is a subnet mask for the marketing department. Why I need 40 hosts to be accommodated. Now I may calculate the IP range for this continuing with the start IP. Listen carefully what I do here is, the start IP is going to be from the IP block. What is IP block given there? Uh, 172.19.0 ne? 192.172.19.0. So 0 means this 0 is going to be this decimal version. Then this is going to be the network, and next one is going to be the subnetwork. So since this is the first subnetwork, I may keep that subnet bit even into 0. Did you understand what I did here? So given IP block is 192.174 ne? 174 and 19. Right? They are giving it as 0, so I'll convert that into binary. So then we have complete 8 bits, but since it is the initial value, the network part turns into 0, subnet part is also going to be turned into 0, and then continuing the host for the first one, then 6 hosts are there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1. In decimal is going to be 1. Then the last IP is going to be, network remains the same. So this also from network, we said that there are 25 network bits. So up to 75, up to 25 is going to be the network. Then since it is the first subnet, I have to maintain the subnet bit at 0. Then making all the zeros of first bits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then what is that in decimal? This is 64. 63, 62, right? So it has IP address is going from 1 to 62, but we need to use only 40 there. Then fine. Now I'm going to go for this is subnet 1, okay. Then I'm going to go for subnet 2. Second subnet 2. Then according to my number of hosts, next question goes to operations. That's 18. That's for the operations department, where we need 18 hosts. Right? Now what I am considering here is this subnet mask created in the earlier is going to be subnetted further to accommodate 18 hosts. ඔන්න පැටලෙන තැන. ඉස්සල්ලා අපි සබ්නෙට් මාස්ක් එකක් හදාගත්තාම ඒ සබ්නෙට් මාස්ක් එකනේ හැම සබ්නෙට් එකකටම වැලිඩ් උනේ. ඒකටම අපි හොයනවා ස්ටාර්ටින් එකයි එන්ඩ් එකයි. ඊට පස්සේ පැටර්න් එකක් හදාගෙන යනවා. දැන් මේ වැඩේ කරන්න හරි අමාරුයි. දැන් කරන්න තියෙන්නේ ලොකුම එකන හොයාගෙන ලොකුම number of hosts ඕන එකනට සබ්නෙට් කරනවා. දුන්න network එකෙන් extra ones දාලා සබ්නෙට් කරගත්තා. ඊට පස්සේ ඒකේ IP range එකක් හොයාගත්තා. දැන් මම යන්න ඕන ඊළඟ සබ් network එකට ඒකට 18යි ඕන. So to maintain 18 hosts, now I need to find how many network bits are required. Okay? Then here the point is number of hosts per subnetwork goes to the power n minus 2. So here n is going to be, n has to be the one we have to calculate that. So number of hosts we need is 18. Okay. It's going to be 18 goes as to the power 5, 4 band, giving you 32, 31, 30 ne? Then accommodating 8 is fine. Now this is the one we need to highlight 5. Then it is that therefore needs only 5 hospitals. Earlier how many hospitals were there? 6. Then we can go for the new subnet mask. New subnet mask comes like 255, 255, 255.1, and this was also there. This was there in the second first subnetwork. Now that is going to be subnet to accommodate 5 hospitals. Then to maintain 5 hospitals, I want to add another one answer. Then it will complete 5 zeros. Then in decimal is going to be 224. Now earlier our subnet mask was 192. Now I have subnet that into the new requirement change. Tell me, these runs are not I read up to now. Yes, no. Hello. Oh. Local O-levels है बोले. उस सामना पटांगा तने ग्रुप पे कोड़ा करा February 1st week होके पटांगा नहीं. नहीं बोले मैं क्या करती हूँ. मैं London में थी. और ट्रेनिंग लेता हूँ. මට දෙසැම්බර් අගවගේ ලගේ තියෙන ජනවාරිට ඊළඟ සතියේ කෝල් එකක් දෙන්න මම ඩිස්කස් කරලා කතා කරනවා අන්න දවස් දෙන්න කොහොමද කියලා. ඔව් February මාසෙත් ඒක පටන් ගන්නවා. Right, sorry.
Excuse me, sir.
Oh.
Sir, අතන first sub network එකේ මේ new subnet mask එක ගද්දි අතන මේ 1 එක 0 වලට හැරුණේ මේ ඒක first sub network එක හින්දාද?
මෙතන හරවපේද?
ඔව්.
ඒක පුතේ subnet mask එක නෙමෙයි subnet mask එක මේකට subnet mask 255. IP එක තමයි ගත්තේ. IP එක ගන්නකොට අපි අර first subnet එකට subnet bit එක 0 කරලානේ ගන්නේ මතකද? first subnet එකේදී subnet bits ඔක්කොම 0 කරනවා. ඊළඟ එක මේ first subnet එකේදී 0 0. ඊළඟ එක 0 1 1 0 1 1. ඔහොමනේ subnet network හතර හැදෙන්නේ. මෙතෙන්දී first subnet network එක ගන්න අපි දැන් මෙතෙන්දී ගන්නේ sub network bit 1යි. මෙයාට ඕන requirement එකට subnet bit 1යි ආවේ. එයා පටන් ගන්න පළවෙනි එක තමයි 0.
එතකොට සර් second එකේ
කියන්නේ last IP එකනේ ඒ subnet එකේම අන්තිම එක නා. ඒ subnet එක හොඳ subnet bit එහෙමද කියන්නේ?
මං second subnet එකේ සර්.
second subnet එකේ අපි තාම IP හැදුවේ නැහැ. subnet mask එක හැදුවේ. හරි. second subnet එකේදී requirement එක තමයි host 18ක් ඕන දැන්. ඉස්සල්ලා අපි කරේ එක sub network mask එකක් හදාගත්තම කලින් සැරේදී VLSM වලදී නම් fix නම් ඒකම තමයි හැමෝටම use කරේ. දැන් මේ කතන්දරේ කරන්න බෑ host ගන්න මදි වෙනහම. එතකොට කරන්නේ පළවෙනි sub network එක හදාගන්නවා ඉන්න ලොකුම host ගන්න දාලා හදාගත්තා. මෙන්න එයාගේ subnet mask එක. ඊට පස්සේ එයාගේ IP range එකක් මම හොයාගන්නවා. IP range එක හොයාගන්නේ පළවෙනි subnet එකට subnet bit එකයි තියෙන්නේ. මෙන්න එකේ ඉඳන් 62 ගණන් යනවා පළවෙනි subnet network එකට. දැන් දෙවෙනි සබ්නෙට් එක පටන් ගන්නවා. පටන් ගන්නදී ආයෙත් රික්වයර්මන්ට් එක ගන්න වෙනවා. එයි අපිට හොස්ට 18යි ඕන. එහෙනම් 18ක් වෙන්න හොස්පිස් කියලා ඕන කියලා මම බලනවා. බලපුවම මම කියන හොස්පිස් 5යි ඕන කියලා. දැන් එතකොට කරන්නේ ඉස්සල්ලා අපි ගත්ත සබ් නෙට්වර්ක් එකේ තියෙන කලින් සබ්නෙට් එකේ සබ්නෙට් 1 එකේ දැන් කරන්නේ මේ දෙන්න ෆික්ස් කියලා හිතාගෙන එක සබ්නෙට් එකයි දැන් දාන්නේ. කොටින්ම කියනවා නම් ඉස්සරෝම අපි මුළු IP range එකම මේක තමයි IP range එක මේක අපි සබ්නෙට් කරගන්නවා එකකට. first subnet. දැන් මේ සබ් නෙට්වර්කින් ඇතුළට තමයි ආයෙ සබ්නෙට් දෙකක් හදන්නේ. මේක තවත් සබ්නෙට් කරනවා. සබ්නෙට් 2 හැදෙනවා. සබ්නෙට් 3 හැදෙනවා. මේව හැදෙන්නේ මේකේම කොටස් විදියට. ඉස්සෙල්ලා අපි හැදුවේ IP range එක අරගෙන සබ්නෙට් 1 හැදුවා, සබ්නෙට් 2 හැදුවා, සබ්නෙට් 3 හැදුවා. ඒවා වෙන වෙනම යනවා. දැන් සබ්නෙට් 1 හදාගෙන ඒක ඇතුලේ තමයි ආයෙ සබ්නෙට් කරන්නේ. එතකොට මේ සබ්නෙට් 1 එක හදාගෙන එයාගේ මාස්ක් එක ගත්තා. 192. දැන් ඒ මාස්ක් එක තමයි මම ආයෙ සබ්නෙට් කරන්නේ. මට හොස්පිස් 5ක් තියාගන්න. ඒ හොස්පිස් දැන් 5ක් වෙන්න ඉස්සෙල්ලා සබ්නෙට් එකේ ඉඳලා තව එක හොස්පිස් එකයි ඕන. තව එක සබ්නෙට් බිට් එකයි ඕන. තේරෙනවද?
ඔව් සර්.
කලින් එක්කනාගේ ඇතුලේ මම තව සබ්නෙට් එකක් හදාගත්තා. දැන් එතකොට දෙවෙනි සබ් නෙට්වර්ක් එක ගත්තාම when I consider the second sub network, these two are going to be network, this is going to be the subnet. Okay. And now I'll try to get the start IP. Okay. When I take the start IP, first three blocks are okay. 192.174.19 දැන් කොහොමද IP හැදෙන්නේ? මේ බ්ලොක් එක කොහොමද 0ම තමයි. ඒක වෙනස් කරන්නේ නැහැ. එයා ෆුල් නෙට්වර්ක් එකනේ. එයා මේන් නෙට්වර්ක් එයා 0. හරි. ඊට පස්සේ කලින් එකේදී අපි මෙයා ගත්තානේ 0. කලින් එකේදී සබ් නෙට්වර්ක් එක 0 කරලා ගත්තේ. ඒතර ඒ 0th සබ් නෙට්වර්ක් එක අපි දැන් කන්සිඩර් කරා. දැන් යන්න ඕන ඒකේ 1 කියන සබ් නෙට්වර්ක් එක. ඉස්සරෝම එක අපි සබ්නෙට් කරන්නේ සබ්නෙට් බිට් එකයි තිබ්බේ. ඒකේ සබ්නෙට් බිට් එක 0 කියලා ගත්තේ. දැන් 0th සබ්නෙට් එක ඉවරයි. ඒක දීලා ඉවරයි. දැන් මේකේ අනිත් එක තියෙනවානේ 1 කියන සබ්නෙට් බිට් එක තියෙනවානේ. ඒක තමයි දැන් අපි ආයෙ හට ෆර්දර් ඩිවයිඩ් කරගෙන යන්නේ. මෙන්න නෙට්වර්ක් එක මෙන්න සබ් නෙට්වර්ක් එක 1 කරා. දැන් අලුත් සබ් නෙට්වර්ක් එකේ බිට් එක ඇවිල්ලා 0. ඒක අරගෙන යනවා first hoster. 1 2 3 4 5. දැන් මේකේ IP address එක එනවා 65. ඒකේ last IP එක තමයි 192.172.19.0.1 and 0. Hospits are going to be 1. 1 2 3 4 5. Then the last IP becomes 64, 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 31, 30. 30 can 30, 64, 94. That's the last IP of the subnet 2. Now the subnet 2, the bits are going to be 1 and 0. Okay. Earlier 0 has been used, then we take 1 of it and the next subnet goes like 0. Right. Then you have to go to the subnet 3. Subnet 3 has an exit count of 12. Then what happens? 12 now, earlier we found the number of host bits as 5. Now I want to find the number of host bits again to accommodate 12.
Sir, operations මේ subnet මේ network එකේ එන්නේ නෑනේ sir marketing. Production වල එන්නේ.
Production කියලා තියෙන හැටි අපු ගණන් ගන්නකො. හරි.
නෑ sir operating එක මේ operation subnet mask එක මේ sub network එකේ එන්නේ production වල නේද? ඉස්සෙල්ලා මේ
ඔව්.
එතකොට කොහොමද බෙදීලා යන්නේ මේ marketing එකේ අර sub network එක 1 එක එන්නේ කොහොමද එතන?
ඔව්. ඔබ තව විදිහකට මම කිව්වොත් හරි. අපි දැන් මෙතෙන් යන්නකෝ. ඉස්සරව subnet 1 එක හරියන්නේ. marketing එකට 40ක් ගෙවුවා. අතන මුළු කම්පැනි එකම අපිට ඕන උනේ marketing එකයි අනිත් කැලේ මොකටද දෙන්නේ? production ද? production නේ. production එකේ තව කැලේ කඩනවා කියලා කිව්වේ. ඒතර marketing වලට 40ක් ගෙවුවා. මේ ඒකනේ. හරි. එතකොට ඒකේ IP range එක මෙහෙම වුණා. දැන් එතකොට ඒකෙම අනිත් එකේ production වලට යන්න ඕනේ නේද? ඒක තේරෙනවද? මේක මම subnet දෙකකට කඩනවා. මේක අමතක කරන්න. මේ පළවෙනි subnet එක කඩද්දි මට ඕන 40ක් දාගන්න. 40ක් දාගන්න මම subnet mask එක හොයාගත්තා. හොයාගෙන ඒකේ පළවෙනි subnet වගේ subnet bit එක 0 කරලා අරගත්තා. ඊට පස්සේ මම යනවා දැන් production එකට. ඒ production එකේ IP range එක මොකද්ද වෙන්නේ? production කියන department එකේම section එකේම IP range එක වෙන්නේ එතකොට starting IP එක වෙන්නේ 192.174.19 ඊළඟට මට කියන්නේ 0 ද 1 ද මේ bit එක ඒක network bit එකනේ ඒක 0 ඊළඟට subnet bit එක මොකද්ද වෙන්නේ 0 වෙන්න පුළුවන්ද බෑ 0 කියන subnet එක මම අරගත්තා marketing වලට හරි දැන් ඒකේ 1 කියන එක තමයි මම ගන්න වෙන්නේ අනිත් side එකට කම්පැනි එක තියෙනවා මේකේ මාකටිං එකට 40යිලු ඊළඟට ප්‍රොඩක්ෂන් එක තියෙනවා ප්‍රොඩක්ෂන් එක ඇතුලේ තමයි ඔයගොල්ලෝ කියන්නේ ඔපරේෂන්ස් කියන එකට තියෙනවලු 18ක් ඊළඟට සප්ලයි කියන එකට තියෙනවලු 12ක් සෝස් කියන එකට තියෙනවලු 10යි හරි එතකොට මාකටිං සම්පූර්ණ එකේම 40ක් තියෙනවා ප්‍රොඩක්ෂන් සම්පූර්ණ එකේ කීයක් තියෙනවද කියන්නේ එහෙනම් මෙතන තියෙනවා 30 40 මෙතන 40 තියෙනවනේ හරි එහෙමනම් මේ ඔක්කොම අමතක කරොත් මුළු නෙට්වර්ක් එකම කැලි දෙකකට කඩනවා ප්‍රොඩක්ෂන් සබ්නෙට් එකයි මාකටිං සබ්නෙට් එකයි ඊට පස්සේ ප්‍රොඩක්ෂන් එක තමයි තව සබ්නෙට් කරා හරි ඒක නම් මේ කැලේ පොඩක් අමතක කරන්න ඕගොල්ලෝ තවත් පැටලෙන මේක පැටලෙනවා ඒ හරියට ෆලෝ කරගෙන නැත්නම් පැටලෙනවා මේක අතාරින්න මාසයක් So what I wanted to say is this is entire company, marketing 40, even production 40. Right. Then I found the IP address range for marketing. Will you agree with me? Make a then okkoto. Are everyone clear with this? Subnet 1 is marketing. You got 40 hosts on. And I found the number of hosts, 2 to the power -2. I need to have 6 host bits. Okay. Then I create the subnet mask having 6 host bits. So I change this 0 into 1. What is this already having 1? May 1 එක මොකද්ද? network the subnetwork the host subnet mask එකේ. Make a network bit, so it won't change. Network will remain the same. Subnetting is the point. Right. Then that's going to be the network. So I modify my subnet mask into this level by turning this host bit into a subnet bit. Right. Now I'm going to go for the IP range 192.174.90. They have given the IP block as 0. The given IP block is 192.174.19.0/25. This IP block given. So this block is given as 0. So to maintain that 0, I have to keep the network bit as 0. Then to go for the first host bit, for subnetwork, I am making subnet as 0. Right. Then I found the IP range. Then I am going to go for the subnet 2. That's going to be the complete production. Having 40 hosts again. So एक IP range එක මොකක්ද වෙන්නේ? දැන් මට මේක IP range එක හදන්න. So the start IP is 192.174.19. What is next bit? 0 the 1 the? Hurry up. ඊළඟ bit එක 0 the 1 the? 0 මනේ. ඒක network. ඊට පස්සේ ඊළඟ කරනවා subnet network. මොකද subnet bit එක දැන් වෙන්නේ 0 the 1 the? Subnet 2. That's going to be 1. Right. Then the second subnet network. Like first host then I won't have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 1. Then that goes from 65 and the last one goes as 192.174.19.0. This is still 1 and making all the host bits into 1s again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0. It goes as 128, 127, 126. On the second leg. Correct? So when I take the first subnet network, I made the subnet bit as 0. Now I'm going to make this as 1. So then this is the IP range for the production. But inside the production, there's another subnet called as operation having 18 hosts. Eham, this IP range having 65 to 126 has to be further subnetted into another 3 subnets. Now this second subnet has to be further subnetted to have 18, 12 and 10. ඔක තමයි VLSM වෙන්නේ. Do you understand it? So the company has 2 main things. So I found the IP range for the 2 main. So marketing is over, that's fine. Then for the production, I have to continue another 3 sub network inside the production. So then this IP range, which is varying from 65 to 126, has to have another breaking. To have 18, then to have 12, as well as have 10, we need to have some more subnetting to be done. Then whenever I do this further subnetting, I have to consider this as the main network. Do you understand that? Hey, this part is going to be subnetted, then onwards. This is a network. This is going to be subnetted to accommodate 18. Did you understand it? Sorry, now maybe the note right? Okay. So then, hope that you didn't write anything. Well, other than the note given by myself. Well, like we had this drawing. Happy light. When considering the section production, come on. there are three subnetworks. There are three subnetworks. While completely 40 hops, while completely 40 hops. Within my side, 18 plus 12 plus 10. While completely 40 hops, 18, 12, 10. While completely 40 hops, 18, 12, 10. Add them together. Completely 40 hops. While completely 40 hops are available within the production section. Within the production section. Within the production section. Hi. Next point to like. Therefore, at first, we will subnet the above network. Therefore, at first, we will subnet the above network into two main subnets to accommodate 40 hosts for each subnet. Where it needs 6 host bits, having only one subnetwork bit. Right. Then shall we take this part? This is a given subnet mask. Alright. Then subnet 1 marketing 40. We had this. Then we have 62. Then the new subnet mask is this. It has 192. Then IP range for that one, we found it from 1 to 62. Then subnet 2 having the subnet bit as 1, we come across that. Right. Take that up to this.
Sir, subnet 1 එකේ last IP එක sir 192.174.
Thank you. හරි මේක දාගන්න දැන් මෙතනින් හරි ඉදිරියට අපි කරමු. හරිද? සර් ප්‍රොඩක්ෂන් එකේ මාකටිං එකේ සබ්නෙට් දෙකක් කියලා හිතුවානම් හරිනේ. ඔව් ඔව්. ප්‍රොඩක්ෂන් එකේ ඇතුලේ අනිත් ඒවා දිනවා. හරියටම හරියම තමයි. මේ නෙට්වර්ක් එක හැදෙන්නේ මේන් කැලි දෙකකින්. මාකටිං හදලා ඉවර කරා. ප්‍රොඩක්ෂන් එක ඉවර නෑ. ප්‍රොඩක්ෂන් එක දැන් ආයෙ කඩන්නයි ඕන අපි. දැනට අපි කරේ ප්‍රොඩක්ෂන් එක හදාගත්ත ඉවරයි. හරි good. Shari, copied it. Take that carefully. Respond me. Correct. And then after coming this level, then you write further, right? Then write the subnet 2. We write after coming this level, we write the subnet 2 within the production. The subnet 2 within the production has to be subnetted. Subnet 2 within the production has to be subnetted to another 3 subnetworks. Has to be subnetted to another 3 subnetworks. To another 3 subnetworks. To assign 18, 12 and 10 hosts. 18, 12 and 10 hosts respectively. Next point, Now, to continue further subnetting, of the production department, we need to consider the subnet mask. This 255, you may write this in binary. That means 192 subnet mask. 255, 1160. That means 192. Right. හරි දැන් මම කියන්නේ අපි දැන් subnet 2 එක තමයි subnet කරන්නේ තව. ඒතර මෙයා තවත් subnet කරනවා නම් මෙයාගේ subnet mask එක නේද main subnet mask එක given subnet mask එක. ඒ කියන්නේ මේකනේ given subnet mask එක එතකොට. අපිට ඇත්තටම දුන්නේ 25 කියන එක. අපි කැලි දෙකකට කඩාගත්තා marketing operations කියලා. operation එක තව කඩනවා. ඒතර operation එකට අදාළ subnet mask එක තමයි තවත් ඉස්සරහට subnet කරන්නේ. ඔබ තේරෙනවද? Did you understand that? So this is the subnet mask of the operation. So I have to consider these two still as network. So that we need to continue subnetting further. Did you understand that point? හරි. එතකොට ඊළඟට we have to continue the subnetting of this IP range. That is going to be from 65 to 126 has to be further subnetted. So that you have to maintain these bits as it is for the next set of subnetting. You understand that thing? Right? So, then, so we have to consider this as the network address, and then so this as a subnet mask. Similar to that, the network address has to be. Therefore, the IP address should be 192.174.19.01, which was there in the production department. These are the network now, so these two have to be considered as a network. Since we are going to subnet this, we have to maintain these six, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 has to be subnetted. Did you understand the concept now? Okay. So then this is the new subnet mask which is going to be further subnetted. So that we found the IP for the entire production maintaining the network with 0 and 1. Keeping that as it is, these host bits are going to be modified to maintain the other subnet. Then we'll write the next point. Therefore, the first two bits of the last octet are now treating as the network bits. Therefore, the first two bits of the last octet of the IP address must also be maintained as, must also be maintained as 0, 1, 0, 1, always. 0, 1, always. Within brackets, right? 0, 1, always. Within brackets, right? According to the previous subnet 2. According to the previous subnet 2. Then you may highlight these like I did here, right? According to the previous subnet 2. So, මේ දෙන්න fix වුණා. ඔන්න අපි ගත්තා subnet mask එක මෙහෙම හන්දා. So now you may rewrite that. So this is subnet mask. You highlight this as network bit. Then the IP address is going to be this, and this should be the network bit. So මේක network bit වෙනවා. Network bit වෙනවා. This last 6 are going to be the host bits. Network bits, these are going to be host bits. Hope that you are clear. Hurry. So in the given table question have mentioned that no nodes to store 16 supplies. Yes. Right. Now shall we continue the subnetting? Now what I need is I want to subnet this to have 18 hosts. The next largest one. I said you that go in the order. Then I may find how many host bits are required to maintain 18 hosts. So that is the first subnetwork of the second subnet. Second subnet එකේ පළවෙනියනේ. හරි. Then I am going to go for the first subnet of the second main subnet. හරිනේ? When I go to that, the number of host equation has to be used. Given as 18, so I am going to go for 2 to the power n minus 2. Therefore, n has to be here. To maintain 18 now, n has to be 5, right? Correct? N has to be 5. So what is this 5 then? We need to maintain 5 host bits. Correct? Then need 5 host bits. We need 5 host bits. Therefore, the new subnet mask right. So in that event, the new subnet mask would be 255, 255, 255. These two are networks now. Then to maintain 5, I need to have one another subnet bit. Next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the new subnet mask going to be with 2, 2, 4. Agree? Now I am going to go for the IP range now. IP range. Then the start IP. So now the IP address is this thing. It goes like 192.174.19. First two bits have to be 0, 1 all the time. And there's network name 0, 1. First subnetwork now I will maintain the subnet bit at 0 now. 0, 1, 0. Then that's going to be 0. Okay. And then the starting host is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. In decimal is going to be 64, 65. Okay. And then the last type is going to be 192.174.19.01. Maintaining this as 0, 0. Right. First bits are going to be 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 0. It goes at 64, 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 31, 30. 30 at which हम make it here 95. And so that's the IP range for the second subnet of the first subnet of the second main subnet. We are maintain the subnet bit as 0.
සර් network bits තිබ්බ එකයිනේ සර් දෙකක් වුණේ කොහොමද production IP range
දුන්න එකේ network bit එකයි. ඒකද කිව්වේ?
ඔව් සර්
ඔව්. ඊට පස්සේ දැන් කරන්නේ මොකද්ද පුතේ? අපි දැන් කරන්නේ ඒක නෙවෙයි subnet කරන්නේ. subnet කරපු එකක් නේ subnet කරන්නේ. එතකොට අපි subnet කරේ දෙවෙනි subnet එක අපි හදාගත්තා නේ. දෙවෙනි subnet එක හදාගන්නදී මුන් දෙන්නම දැන් මෙයා network මෙයා subnet උනා. හරි. ඊට පස්සේ එයා නේද දැන් ආයෙ subnet කරන්නේ. එයා ආයෙ subnet කරනවා නම් මෙයා දැන් network කියලා ගන්නෙ.
හරි සර් thank you සර්
එතකොට මෙයා network හඳ මෙයාගෙන් ඉස්සරහට තමයි subnet කරන්නේ. එතකොට මට ගන්න වෙනවා මුන් දෙනා network කියලා. ඒ ගණිතී IP එකේදීත් මම හදාගත්තා ඒ second sub network එකේ network bit වෙන්නේ 01. මේ දෙක මට ආයෙ වෙනස් කරන්න බෑ. ඒ මෙයානේ මම ආයෙ කඩන්නේ. මෙයා 01 තියාගෙන මේ ටික මට කඩන්න පුළුවන්. හරි. එතකොට මේ දෙන්නා fix subnet mask එකේදී IP එකේදී 0101 තියාගෙන මෙන්න first subnet එකට ගියා. හරි. දැන් ඒ වගේ මේකේ තව subnet එක කරන්න එපා. හරි. ඔන්න first subnet of the second subnet. දැන් ඊළඟට යනවා second subnet of the second subnet. ඒක 12 requirement එක. ඒක තමයි හදන්න. දැන් first subnet network එකේ marketing වල subnet mask එක 192 ඊළඟට වෙන මේකට එනකොට 224 වෙනවා variable length subnet masking ඊළඟට එනකොට ආයෙ වෙනස් වෙනවා. හරිද? Now shall we copy this part? මට බෝඩ් එකක් මකන්න වෙනවා. ඒක මට අකල් කොපි කරගන්න. දැන් අපි මෙතන එක ලියාගත්තා. Need to be subnetted. හරි. The first subnet of the second subnet n has to be 5. Need 5 host bits. New subnet mask මෙන්න IP range එක මෙන්න. හරි. දාගන්න අකල් මම image එකක් දාන්න.
Sir,
over there.
sir, in last IP range, it should be 94, sir.
My math wrong. Sorry. 60. Oh, no. Sorry for that, right? 64 has to be added with 13. Sorry, you are correct. Likewise, point me the errors, right? Good.
Excuse me, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, atana me atana
Can better.
sir atana last එක මේ IP range subnet mask එක හදද්දී atana එක ඒවා තුනක් ආවේ කොහොමද sir atana එක ඒවා එකක් තිබිලා
ඔව් මෙතන උනේ පුතේ දැන් requirement එක ඇවිල්ලා ආයෙත් මම ඒක පොඩ්ඩක් මතක් කරනම් මේ පොඩ්ඩක් වෙනස් මෙතන කම්පැනි එකට අපිට දුන්නේ network 35ක් නේ මේකනේ IP block එක මුළු කම්පැනියටම දුන්නේ ඊට පස්සේ කියනවා මෙයා section දෙකක ඉන්නේ කියලා එකක් තමයි production අනිත් එක තමයි marketing කියලා. ඒක marketing එකට 40ක් ඕන production එකට 40ක් ඕන කියලා තමයි අපි කියන්නේ. ඒක හරියි. එතකොට මේ මුළු දුන්න network එක 25ක් network bit chip එක මම කැලි දෙකකට කඩාගත්තා. marketing එකක්, production එක තව එකක්. දැන් පුතේ production එකනේ අපි ආයෙ subnet කරන්න ඕන 18 එකකටයි 12 එකකටයි 10 එකකටයි. එතකොට production එක ආයෙ subnet කරනවා නම් දැන් අපි consider කරන්නේ production එක තමයි main network එක කියලා. හරිනේ? ඒ main network එක ආයෙ subnet කරනවා 18කටයි 12කටයි 10කටයි හැදේ. එතකොට production එක ආපුවාම අපි අරක දෙකට කඩා ගන්න වෙලාවදී මෙන්න මේ දෙන්නම network වුණානේ. මෙයා by default network 25ක් දුන්නා හන්දා එයා දෙකට කඩා ගන්න අපිට තව subnet bit එකක් ගන්න වුණා. එතකොට අලුත් subnet mask එක එන්නේ මෙන්න මේ දෙන්නගේ මෙයා network මෙයා subnet bit වෙලා. ඊට පස්සේ දැන් මෙයා production කියන එක නා අන්තිම octet එක මම යනදොත් 1 1 1 2 3 4 5 6 කොහොමද subnet mask එකේ තියෙන්නේ production එකේ. මේකනේ අපි දැන් ආයෙ subnet කරන්න ඕන පුතේ 18කට 12කට 10කට. එතකොට මේ දෙන්න දැන් අපි consider කරන්නේ network bit කියලා. දැන් ඉන්නේ මෙයා network එක මෙයා යට තමයි අපි control කරන්නේ. අර අපි ඉස්කෝලේත් කරන්නේ පුතේ. principal කියනවා වැඩක්. සංගීත ටීචරයි නැටුම් ටීචරයි කියනවා මේ ස්පෝර්ට් මීට් එක දිනවා මෙන්න ඔයාගේ සංගීතේ වැඩ ටික කරන්න. බෑන්ඩ් එකක් හදාගෙන මොහේ කරන්න කියලා. නැටුම් ටීචර් කියනවා ඔයා නැටුම් ටික හදාගන්න කියලා. දැන් නැටුම් ටීචර් සංගීත ටීචර් principal ලාගෙන අපි ගාවට එන්නේ. ඒකල අපිට දාලා දාන්නේ. මේක කරනවා නැත්නම් අපි දන්නේ නැහැ. දැන් නැටුම් ටීචර් සබ් කියලා අපි කන්සිඩර් කරන්නේ එයා principal තමයි දැන්. අපි යාකින් දෙය කරන්නේ. එයා කියනවා මේ උඹලගේ මේ ටීම් එක හදාගන්න. දැන් අපි ඒක හදාගන්න. එතකොට අපිට අදාළ නැහැ මෙයා සබ් වෙලා ආව එකක්ද කියලා. මේක ආයෙ කඩන හන්දා මෙයාගේ තියෙන සබ් network එක fix එකක් කියලා අරගෙන ඒක තමයි අපි ආයෙ සබ් network කරේ. ඒක අහන්න තමයි මෙතෙන්දී අපි මේ දෙන්න දැන් full network කියලා ගත්තා. මේ බලන්න production එකේ IP range එක වෙන්න. දැන් IP address එක මේක. මෙයා දැන් network bit කියලා ගන්නේ. ඇයි? මේ production එක තමයි අපි ආයෙ කඩන්නේ. එතකොට මේ දෙන්න network කියලා අරගෙන එයාගේ ඉස්සරහට තමයි දැන් මෙයාට subnet කරගෙන යන්නේ.
ඉතින් සර් අපිට උතන සබ්නෙට් මාස්ක් එක ගන්න නැතුව අලුත් එක ගන්න නැතුව ඉතින් කෙලින්ම අතන 0 1 1 අරගෙන ඒ කියන්නේ ඒක ෆික්ස් කියලා දන්නවනේ. පල්ලෙහා 0 and 1 ඒක ෆික්ස් කියලා දන්නවනේ. ඉතින් එතකොට අතන මේ 18ට ගත්තාම හොස් බිට්ස් ගාන හොයලා එතකොට අතන හොස් බිට්ස් ගාන කෙලින්ම දාලා මේ ඉතුරු වෙන එකට ඒ කියන්නේ ඉතුරු වෙන එකට ෆස්ට් අපිට සබ්නෙට් මාස්ක් එක ගන්නවා නම් 0 කියලා අරගෙන එහෙම හදන්න බෑද සබ්නෙට් මාස්ක් එක ගන්න නැතුව?
පුළුවන්. හැබැයි මේකේ subnet mask එක දාන්න ඕන පුතේ. අපේ question එකේ. මේදී subnet mask ගන්න ඕන. ඒ නැතත් ඔයා කියන ක්‍රමේ හරි. ඔයාට දැන් ඕක තේරුනේ මම මේ බයිලාව කියපු හන්දා. ඕක කිව්වේ නැත්නම් තේරෙන්නේ නැහැ පුතේ. දැන් ඔයා යම්කි frame එකක ඉන්නවනේ. ඒ frame එකේ ඉන්නේ මේ subnet mask එක දිහා බලලානේ අපි IP කරගෙන යන්නේ. ඒක මම දැන් කියපු හන්දා හරි. හතර ඉස්සලාම මම කරන්න කිව්ව වැඩේ තමයි. ඔයා දැන් ඉන්නේ එතන මම හිතන්නේ. හරි. ඉස්සරෝම මම අර එකපාරක් හදන් ගියේ. මේක 01 කියලා ඊළඟට 0 දාගෙනම හදන්න ඇදුවනේ. එකපාරට ප්‍රශ්න ගොඩාක් ආවනේ. හරි. ඔයාගේ අදහස හරි. මම නෑ කියන්නේ. හැබැයි සබ්නෙට් මාස්ක් එකක් ඕන. ඔයා හරි. ඔයා ඉන්න ෆ්‍රේම් එක වෙනස් කරන්න එපා. ඔයා හරි. ඔයා මීඩියරි චුට්ටක් එක ස්ටෙප් එකක් ඉස්සරහා ඉන්නේ. හරි. හැබැයි සබ්නෙට් මාස්ක් එක හදා ගන්න ඕන. ක්ලියර්නේ? හරි. ඊළඟ IP එක ගන්නකොට මෙයා 01 එතනින් එහාට තමයි සබ්නෙට් කරන්නේ. හරියටම හරි. මේකෙන් ඊළඟ බිට් එක 0 කරා 1 කරා එහෙම හදාගෙන යන්න පුළුවන්. හරි. පර්ෆෙක්ට්. තව ප්‍රශ්න දෙනවා අහන්න පුතේ. මේකේ කේස් ඇති. තේරෙන්නේ නැති දේවල් ටික අහන්න වගේ ප්‍රශ්න අහලා ක්ලියර් කරගන්න. හරිද? හදිස්සියේ හරි ප්‍රොඩක්ෂන් එකේ හොස් ගාන 25ක් වගේ වුණොත් හදිස්සියේ එහෙම වැඩ වෙන්නේ නැහැ පුතේ. එහෙම හදිස්සියේ එහෙම වෙනස් වෙන්නේ නැහැ. මුන් රික්වයර්මන්ට් එක දෙන්නේ පුතේ ගානට ක්වෙස්චන් එක හදලා. ඒ කියන්නේ ක්වෙස්චන් එක හදන්නේ එහෙමයි. අපි නෙට්වර්ක් ඩිසයින් කරනයිනේ. ඒක 25ක් වුණොත් ඔහොම කරන්න බෑ. 25ක් වුණොත් ප්‍රශ්නයක්වත් නැහැ හැබැයි. ප්‍රොඩක්ෂන් එක 25ක් වුණොත් කියන්නේ. එහෙම වෙන්නේ නැහැ. මේ රික්වයර්මන්ට් එක එහෙම තමයි දෙන්නේ. ඊට පස්සේ ඒකට අනුව අපි සබ්මිට් කරගමු. ඔය හදිස්සිය වෙන දේවල් වෙන්නේ නැහැ. හරි. host ගැන 25ක් වගේ වුණොත් subnet mask එක වෙනස් වෙනවද? ඒක බලමු මේ වෙලාවට. එහෙම වෙන්නේ නැහැ. මේ VLSM කියන්නේ ඉස්සරෝම දෙකකට කඩනවා එකක් ආය කඩන යනවා කියන එකයි කියන්නේ. ඉස්සර එහෙම නෑ අපි කරේ මුළු කම්පැනි එකම මේ මුළු කම්පැනි එකම සබ්නෙට් වලට කඩන මෙයා එහෙම කඩනවා ඉස්සර. එක්කෙනෙක් යටතේ හිටියේ නෑ. එක එකනා ඉන්ඩිපෙන්ඩන්ට් කඩන්න ගියා. VLSM fixed length subnet masking එක තමයි අපි ඉස්සර කල් කරේ. දැන් කියන්නේ variable length එක දෙකකට කඩලා දෙක ආය තවත් කඩාගෙන යනවා. දෙකෙන් එකක් තව එකකට කඩාගෙන යනවා. ඔක තමයි VLSM. කරුණකට ඔක ගිය අවුරුද්දේ හොවා. තව දවස් කිහිපයකින් අපේ මේ සැරේ පේපර් එක දෙනවා. බලමු මේ සැරේත් ඔක අහයිද කියලා. ඇහුවොත් බබෝ ඔයගොල්ලන්ට ෂොට් එක තමයි ඉතින්. කොහොමද ඔක එයි නෑ කියන්න බෑ.
Excuse me, sir.
ඔව් දෙන්න.
සර් මේ සර් කලින් හදපු විදිහට ඕක හදන්න බැයිද? ඒ කියන්නේ total subnet marks 4යි කියලා අරගෙන sub networks 4යි කියලා අරගෙන හදන්න බැයිද ඒක?
එහෙම හදලානේ මම එනගත්තේ මතකද? එහෙම හදපුවාම අන්තිමේ එකනාට එනවා 41ක් අපිට එන්නේ නැහැ. total subnet marks ගන්න 4 ගත්තාම මෙයාට එන්නේ 32යි. ඇයි මේක network 4 ගත්තාම subnet bits දෙකක් දාපුවාම hostලා ඉතුරු වෙන්නේ වාට 5යි. hostලා 5ක් විතර ඉස්සම 4 to the power 5 - 2 කියන්නේ 30යි. ඒක 41ක් ගහන්න බෑ. ඒකයි VLSM යන්න ඕන. හරි? ඔයනේ ළමයි මේක අමාරු නෑනේ. ඔව් අමාරු නෑ තමයි. හරියටම හරි. හරියට තේරුම් ගත්තා නම් මේක දෙයක් නෑ පුතේ. මං හිමීට කරන්නේ එකයි. ඇති දෙයක් නෑ ඇත්තටම. මේක ගණන් දෙකක් හදනකොට මීටර වෙනවා මොකද්ද මේ කරන්නේ කියලා. ඉස්සරෝම අර පොඩ්ඩක් ඕන හන්දා මම හිමීට තවත් ස්ලෝ කරගෙන යන්නේ. දැන් හරි. හරි මෙතෙක් කතාව හරිද දැන්? දැන් මේක හරි. හරි. ඊට පස්සේ දැන් ඊළඟ සබ් නෙට්වර්ක් එක මම හදන්න ඕනේ මේක නම් මහන්න නේ බබා. හරි මේ ෆොටෝස් තියෙනවනේ මං ගාව. සබ්නෙට් 1 එක දැන් ක්ලියර් 1 එක නම් 62 වලට යන්නේ. එතනින් එහාට ඉන්නේ අපි සබ්නෙට් කරන්නේ. දැන් මට යන්න ඕන ඊළඟ සබ්නෙට් වගේ ඉස්සලා 18 එක හරි දැන් 12 එකට යන්න ඕන. 12 එකට යන්නේ කොහොමද බලන්න? දැන් ඇත්තටම ගත්තොත් මට මේකේ තව එක සබ්නෙට් එකක් හදන්න පුළුවන්. Did you understand that? So first subnet of the second one. Then we found that n has to be 5. To maintain n5, we have to have only one subnetwork. Then I can go to another subnetwork by changing this into 1. So that's a certain error in this question even, right? Okay, error එකක් තියෙනවා. marking scheme එක ගත්තාම so last row is not applicable. මේ last row එකේ වැරදි. මේක හදන්න බෑ. 31ක් හදන්න බෑ ඊළඟට. හරි? එක කේස් එකක් තියෙනවා. නමුත් ඒක අමතක කරලා මේක ඊළඟ සබ්නෙට් එකක හදන්නම්. දැන් යම් second subnet of second main subnet. එතකොට මොකද වෙන්නේ? ඒකේ subnet mask එක same. මේකේ second එකනේ. same subnet mask. දැන් යනවා IP range එකට. subnet mask එකට ගියපුවාම 255 then 1 and 1 third bit is going to be 1 here, right? And then we have 5 zeros available 1 2 3 4 5, right? Now the IP range start IP goes as 192.174.19. So I must maintain these as fixed. These are the network 01, 01. And earlier subnetwork I used 0. Then I use here 1. Next subnet එතකොට 1 2 3 4 1. It goes like 64 plus 32 48 48 plus 1 49. Then 64 plus the 96 95. Right? 64 32. Oh 95. ඊළඟට last IP එක වෙන්නේ 192 174 19 01. Subnet bit goes as 1. Right? And then maintaining the rest as 1 2 3 4 0. Right? It comes like what is this? 1 2 7 1 2 6. Correct. So this is the second subnet. Is it clear? That goes from 95 to 126. So then if I assign this into the other subnetwork where we have that 12 thing, but this gives you totally how many? This is the second subnet. That's of that is of where? Sorry, count. Yes, 10, 12 and 18. So 12 goes for supplies operation. This is going to be supply. Then supply now here we have how many IP addresses available? There's a doubt, printing error, not printing, the question is with error. This has 31 hosts are allowed. But we need only 12. Even the next one we need to have 10. Then don't I need to subnet this second subnet into another two subnets? මම කියපේක තේරෙනවද? දැන් අපි second main sub network එක පළවෙනි එක මාකටිං එක ගියා. ඉතුරු එකනේ අපි දැන් කැලි කඩන්නේ. ඒකේ range එක ආවේ 65 ඉඳන් 126 වෙනකම්. හරි. ඒක දැන් කැලි තුනකට කඩන්න කිව්වා. හැබැයි මම ඒක පළවෙනි එකනට 18ක් ඕන හන්ද කඩපුවාම එක subnet bit එකයි ආවේ. ඒකේ range එක 65යි 94යි. අනිත් එකේ ඉන්නේ 95යි 120යි. එතකොට මේ 120යි ඉවරයි. The second subnetwork එක fill වෙලා ඉවරයි. දැන් මෙයාගේ මේකට හරි මේකට හරි නේද ඔක්කොම ඉවරයි. දැන් මෙයාට එකක් නැහැ. එහෙනම් what I have to do is I may take this part, this other block, and that is going to be broken into another two. Then I can maintain that. Correct? To fulfill this. So that's a problem here in the question, but we can maintain that. Correct? Clear? කොහොමද දුන්න question එක එකපාරටම 2090 20 එනකම් VLSM දීලා 21 වල VLSM එකක් දුන්නා subnet එකක් ඇතුලේ subnet හදලා ඒ subnet එක ඇතුලේ තවත් subnet හදන්න කියලා එකපාරටම දුන්නා ශ්‍රී ලංකන් style හරිනේ so then we'll come to this point. Second subnet, of course, second main subnet. Then we'll have this one. Come up to this level. Then we like that part and say, come up to this level. So second subnet of this. Now what save la dene meka. Then itera story dangalanna onne. Once you copy it, inform me. ඔක මම දැම්ම කරේ නැත්නම් ඔයගොල්ලෝ පස්සේ ආයෙත් කරොත් එහෙම තේරෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඒකයි මම IP addressing ඉවරම කරන්න යන්නේ. දැන් උදේ ඉඳන් IP address කරන්න ඉවරයි. Alright, one set done. Other people completed it. Alright. Okay, then I will write a sentence and say, the previous subnet, we'll say the second subnet of second main subnet, we'll say like that. The second subnet of second main subnet, the second subnet of second main subnet can accommodate 30 hops, can accommodate 30 hops. Within bracket side 2 to the power 5 minus 2. 5 hops is can accommodate 30 hops. Can accommodate 30 hops. But we need only 12 hops. But we need only 12 hops with another subnetwork to have 10 more hops. So that the above subnet has to be subnetted further, so that the above subnet has to be subnetted further, above subnet has to be subnetted further to create two more subnetworks. Right. Then we'll go to the requirement. Number of hops equals 2 to the power n minus 2. So we need 12 here. So that 2 to the power 4 minus 2. That's going to be 16, 14. That's fine. Therefore, n has to be 4. What is this n? Need 4 hop bits. Alright, we need 4 hop bits. Fine. If we need 4 hop bits, what happens now? Therefore, a new subnet mask. Now, whenever you consider the new subnet mask, what are the network bits? The network bits kya thinawada? Dekayda thunayda? Now there are 3, right? So these 3 is the previous one, that is going to be further subnetted. Good. So now it's going to be 255, 255, 255, then 1, 2, 3. Then to maintain 4 host bits, I may put another subnetwork bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is going to be 240 as a subnet mask. Then I'm going for the subnet. Really it's going to be subnet. subnetwork 1 of second subnetwork of second main subnet. Subnet 1 of second subnet of second main subnetwork. Then the other IP range, start IP. Now we have to maintain the IP block in which way? These are going to be the network then, right? Then we have to say that these are going to be the network bits. First we are going to the network. Okay. So that I have to maintain like 192.174.19. Keep them like that. 0, 1, 1. And then this is a new subnet bit. And 0 and maintain 3 zeros and 1. 1, 2, 3 and 1. What is that? This is 96, 97. Okay. Then the last IP is 192.174.19, 0, 1, 1. Still the subnet is the same, 0. Then make it as 1, 2, 3 and 0. So goes like 96, 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 15, 14 added. 0, 1, 1, 0. That is of the IP range. The other subnet mask is going to be 240. Alright. Then I am going to go for the next one. This is subnet. Yes. Now I have to go to the other one. So the other subnet bit is going to be maintained as 0. Now by making this as 1, I have to go to the next. Then I am going to go for the same thing. Subnet 2 of second subnet of second main subnetwork. There are earlier I maintained the subnet bit as 0. Now I am going to maintain the subnet bit as 1. The other start IP will be 192.174.19, 0, 1, 1. Now the subnet comes as 1. Alright. Starting is going to be a 3 zeros 1. 1, 2, 3 and 1. Yes. This is going to be a 96 and 16, 12, 1, 1, 12 plus 1, 1, 1, 3. Right? And the last IP is going to be 192.174.19, 0, 1, 1. This is still going to be 1. Then last was 1, 1, 1, 0. It goes like 1, 2, 6. Now you got it. Correct? So then last two subnets are according to the question. What are they? They are going to be 10 and 12 stores and supplies. Stores is the last one. This is going to be stores. These supplies. A supply has 12, stores has 10. So then this limit is okay to accommodate 10. That one is accommodated to have 12. So this is how we did the work. Now copy this. Hope that you all got it. Did you? Question එක හැටියට කරා වැරදි. ඒ වුණාට කොහොම හරි මැනේජ් කරගත්තා. Done. Done. Or need more time. Take it with a better understanding what has happened there. And again, for you people, I am requesting you, ask the recording, go through the recording. That will be very important for you to thorough on this. So we can expect questions from this part. So therefore, I don't think that you can skip this. Right. Now the next thing is, now that's all for the 2021 question. Fine. Now I can give you now to practice this level VLSM. What is that? Variable length subnetting questions. I'll give you another tute where we have a few questions behind. A few means there are considerable amount of questions. So today, right, or tomorrow morning, I'll email that. This is right. So then this tute says one question: 6 departments and provide the components as listed below. Hurry. Then the first department has 354. The others are going to have 40, 51 likewise. The networking has received IP block, this one, 22. Now, what is the subnet mask in dotted decimal format? Dotted decimal means in the decimal format, right? Not binary. What is the total number of usable IP addresses available in the above IP block? In this IP block, how many usable IPs are there? Right? And next question asks, what is the network address, broadcast address, first IP, last IP of the above IP block? So of this block, what is the first and last? If the above is subnetted to fulfill the above requirements, calculate the subnet mask, usable IP, broadcast network of each subnetwork and fill the table given below. Now you have to carry out the subnetting accordingly. So by this time, definitely you have to use VLSM. Why? You see that the first subnetwork has large number, then the total of the rest will be subnetted further. That means marketing is 1 like we had earlier, and others are going to have subnetting further. So this is the first thing. We have marketing in one side. Now other side they have not given a name, and that's going to be subnetted to have all these further 5 subnets. Correct? So inside the subnets, we don't need to have some more subnets. So we continue. Hope that you are clear. Right? So likewise, there are many other questions available. Again, this one, PQR department, we have this much. Then IT has 465, and these are going to have like this. Do that. Even for this, now that's the answer. Then the third question, same. Now it says that for Candy we have these subnets, then for Colombo these subnets, so you have to carry out. Right? So then there are those questions available. So I'll send that to you. You may work out on it. And whenever you have doubts, prompt me, question me, I'll help you. Can? Understood? Fine. Well, fainting. Right. Somehow we have to complete this question for the table here. Now that part is very easy. Regarding marketing, we have to go for the broadcast address and even the network address likewise. So for the marketing, what is usable IP range? So I have erased that. We can fill that now. What is the usable IP range then? For marketing goes from 1 to 62. And we can type it like 192.174. 174.19.1 to 62. Hurry. Then you have to write that complete IP, right? Since I am lazy, I don't type it. I'll type it. Otherwise, you will say that. So, then 19.62. Then what is subnet mask of that one? 255. That's going to be 192, right? Subnet mask 192. Oh, ne? 192. It was the number of nodes means they have said that what is the maximum number of hosts? That's going to be 64. Number of nodes, number of IP addresses. Then the broadcast address is given there. That's one more than the last. 192.174.19. more than the largest is 63. Alright. That's a broadcast. Ilan the second one, source. Source is the one we did final. Source has this thing, supplies has this, operation has the next large, right? So operation is my next work I did. So operation had, what is it? Yes, it is going from 65 to 94, ne? Yes. That's the last one, right? 192.175.19.65 to 192.174.19.94. Okay. ඊට පස්සේ ඒකේ subnet mask එක උනේ මොකද්ද? 224 නේ. You will have these values. Yes, we have to add we have to add one more and then 224. එහෙනම් 255 255 255 224. Right? And the network ID is going to be 1 less than the starting. එහෙනම් 192.174.19.64. Hari, I submitted that in that level. Ilangata source is this. So it's going to have supplies or source. You can have anything, right? Both are having the similar number, 12 and this thing. So to maintain the same values, I'll just go for 192.174. 19 dot supplies is going to be 97. 97. I'll just write it right to 110. Right. Then the broadcast is going to be one more than that. About 192.174.19.1111. Then the subnet mask is going to be by this time subnet mask would be 240. 255, 255, 255, 240. So that's the same subnet mask for the source as well. Okay. And the IP range goes like 192.174.19. Next is 113. 113 to 126. Okay. It was a network ID is going to be one less than that. 192.174.19. 112. Right. So if I do that accordingly. So my values are okay, right? This 240, 240, this is the way I did it, right? So, but really what we have done here is, I think you are okay with this. So take the screenshot here. But in this case, really what we have done is the entire company, I did that question in my own way, right? I think it's not matching with the market scheme even. I'll show you the market scheme. So then what we have done is we have the company, then broke that into marketing having 40 horse, then production. Under that what we were required is supplies. We need to have 12, then we need to have source 10, and what is the other one? Operations. Operations we need to have 18. These are requirement we need. So this production 40 has to be further divided. But what I did here was really this production we have the production 40 watts. First, I break that into operation to have 18. That means I did that into 13. Then the remaining part, operations, and we got the opposite of that one. That's going to be further divided into we got the operation, and that's going to be the rest is going to be further divided. That means this operation. Then we have non-operation. This is going to be further divided into source 10 and supplies 12. That's how I arranged it. So the marking scheme didn't expect that. So they wanted to continue only these two, so that the answers are quite different than that. Right. Stores එකේ broadcast එක වැරදුනාද මම? ඔව්. ඒක තමයි මේකේ broadcast එක වැරදුනේ මොකද marking scheme answer එකත් එක්ක compatible නැති හන්දා. මට තප්පර දෙන්න marking scheme එක ඔකට පෙන්නන්න. Can I take the screenshot here? So here I have the single medium paper, right? Doesn't matter. So then there are the questions given, okay? And then the marking scheme continues. What is that question? Question number 2, I hope. 6, ne? Yes, question number 6. It's something like this, right? Then they did that in this order. If I am to show you, first they break that into 2, 192, our marketing, that's correct, ne? Then after that, that's broken into 2. That's all they did. Then we don't have another subnetwork for this one. So they don't expect any value here, right? This is a big confusion they made. Then students, they are helpless by that time. When you are doing that, you don't know the marking scheme. So you don't know what to do. And even this is at once came into the paper. So majority of the children could not do this question. So then this is a failure question for the marking scheme. But I did that in the proper way, how to continue. You understand that? Then they had 192 and then they had 242. But the other one is missing here. So then the other confusions we have. So don't worry. Then understand what's going on in VLSM. So then hope that you all are comfortable with this. Right? So then still I find that many people may be confused. But if you go through the recording again, you may understand what had happened here. So like one of your friends said, so මේකේ මුකුත් නැහැනේ. ඇත්තටම මුකුත් නැහැ තමයි ඕකේ. හරි? මම අර ටියුට් එකේ වන්නම් පුතේ. ඒකේ තව questions එකක් දෙකක් තුනක් තියෙනවා. ඕකෙනුත් මම තව එකක් ලබන සතියේ කරන්නම්. කරලා ඊළඟ පාර්ට් එකට යන්නම්. Then I'm requesting you to do all the other questions in it. This one. So I'm requesting you to do the all these three questions during this week, right? So now that's your work. Do that and get confident on it. Then even if you get VLSM in your time, no problem. So in another few weeks, we may get our paper, the 2022 paper. If we have another question or whatever the question, we'll do this discuss that as well. Until then, these other past papers regarding our IP addressing. And also we have to do the MCQs. So we'll do once we finish all of them. Then I can start the next part. 7-layered architecture and the security part of our networking from the next week, right? Not tired, me. So then, what I want is go through this, refresh this, and be confident on it, be fluent on it, what we have done up to now. Fine? Okay. So the people who need the recording, I think everyone needs it. So request that, then I'll send that by tomorrow morning, and I'll send to the tutor as well. Hope that you all are fine. Fine? Comfortable? Fine? Happy? Yes. Not that happy, Mandana. Make a karume. Answer recording balanda, confident vendor, teacher vendor. Happy? Fine. Okay, then I'll stop here. Hope to meet you on coming Tuesday. So this is the recent situation of the paper regarding IP address. Okay, see you then. Goodbye.